from the set of questions relating to the release of Indian nationals in case of Al Dahra case, whatever we wanted to say, we have said it in the morning. We are grateful for their return. We are gratified on their return. We deeply appreciate the decision of the Qataris government and the Amir to release them. We are happy to have 7 of those Indian nationals back. 8th Indian national has also been released, and we continue to work with the Qatar government to see how quickly his return to India would be possible. As we have said already in our statement in the morning, and people have articulated also, Honorable Prime Minister has himself personally, constantly supervised all the developments in this case, and has never shied away from any initiatives that would ensure the return of Indian nationals back to home. We can talk of different frames and terminology, like Sridhar you mentioned, whether it's a release or a pardon, etc. But I think we should see the facts for what they are. 7 of the 8 Indian nationals of Al Dahra case are back in India, back to their homes. As I said, we are extremely gratified about it and appreciate deeply the gesture of the Emir of Qatar for their release, and continue to work on the return of the 8th Indian national. Smita, to your question. From UAE, after completing his visit on 14th of February there, Honorable Prime Minister will travel to Doha, Qatar on 14th February afternoon. During the visit, Prime Minister will hold bilateral meetings with the Amir of Qatar, His Highness Amir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, and other high dignitaries in Qatar. You would recall the Prime Minister had last visited Qatar in June 2016. As such, this will be Prime Minister's second visit to Qatar. There have been several high-level exchanges between India and Qatar in recent years. You would recall the visit of Honorable Vice President to Doha in November 2022, as also the visit of the then Vice President Shri N. Venkaiah Naidu ji in June 2022. External Affairs Minister has also undertaken multiple visits to Qatar in last 3-4 years. The bilateral relationship between India and Qatar that has been steadily growing includes a comprehensive span, including political ties, trade and investment linkages, a strong energy partnership, and ties in the field of culture, education, and security. You would be aware, following the recently concluded India Energy Week, Qatar Energy and Petronet LNG Limited had signed an agreement for the supply of 7.5 MMTPA LNG from Qatar to India for 20 years starting 2028. Strong bilateral trade between India and Qatar currently stands at roughly $20 billion, and Qatar is also a significant investor in India across the whole range of economies. Strong diaspora is equally an important connect between India and Qatar. Roughly 840,000 strong, vibrant Indian community resides in Qatar. Prime Minister's visit to Qatar will provide an opportunity for the top leadership of the two countries to discuss ways to further deepen and strengthen our multifaceted partnership, as well as exchange views on different regional and international issues of mutual importance. Honorable Prime Minister will return from his two-nation visit to Delhi back on 15th of February. I would stop here to add. Kalol, to your question with regard to the number of Indian prisoners in the UAE and in Qatar, and indeed in other countries, not just these two countries. Government of India has extensive mechanisms in place of consular dialogues and discussions involving the Indian system and the systems in those countries, whose one of the principal tasks is to keep working towards the early release of all the Indian prisoners, irrespective of which country they are. There are also very established mechanisms and systems in place which ensure that whatever assistance, wherever possible, is to be made available to these prisoners is made available through the government mechanisms. These are the systems which have been strengthened enormously, whose remit has been expanded extensively, where strong support by the government is embedded in them. These have been put in place particularly over the last 10 years under the Prime Ministership of Honorable Prime Minister Modi. देखिए, वैप्स मंदिर का जो इनॉग्रेशन का प्रोग्राम है वो प्रधानमंत्री जी के यूएई यात्रा का एक प्रमुख अंग है। उसकी विस्तृत जानकारी जो इनॉग्रेशन से पहले है, उसकी क्या रूपरेखा होगी, वहाँ पे कितने लोग उपस्थित होंगे। अभी तक की जानकारी ये है कि लगभग 2000 से 5000 श्रद्धालुओं की उपस्थिति की अपेक्षा है वहाँ पर। प्रोग्राम काफ़ी विस्तृत है। उसकी जो प्रत्यक्ष रूप से रूपरेखा है, उस रूपरेखा का समय सारणी क्या रहेगी, उसके क्या भाग रहेंगे, वो हम आपको इनॉग्रेशन से यथापूर्वक और यथोचित समय पे सूचित अवश्य करेंगे।